Hello everybody and welcome back to Powerwash Simulator. So last time we left off we were working on that bad boy right over there. And so I don't know how much of this job I'm gonna actually get done in the video. It's a pretty big job, as you can see. I barely even make a dent on any of the dirt. But we're just gonna go at it and have fun. I have some stuff to talk about, so that's nice, that's fun. And we're literally just gonna get right into it. I think I'm gonna start with the actual ground. I think that's a good idea. And I feel like it, so fuck you. No, I'm joking. Let me turn my game volume down a little bit so that you guys can actually, hear what I'm saying as I'm talking. That would probably be helpful. Yeah, so I have a lot of updates on a lot of things. So, as you guys know, I am heading into summer of my freshman year of college. I will be in college next year. Very exciting indeed. Some of you may also notice that I'm wearing the same clothes as the kindergarten video, and probably a couple other videos. So, here's the deal. Over the summer, I had absolutely no plans, right? Last summer, I spent my summer doing a whole bunch of shit with the Boy Scouts, and it was one of the best summers, but I missed out on a lot of different things that were going on and happening. But, it was worth it. It was an amazing experience. I love doing Scouts, and I'm good at it. And so this year, my intent was to really focus on my channel and make a shit ton of content. And that is still my intent. I want to make that very clear. My intent is still to do that. How do you do there? That's how you do that. Okay. My intent is still to do that. The only issue is I was offered a job as a program director at a summer camp. And so, as a program director, and I am going to take it. Or at least I think I'm going to be program director. It's not a promised job. There's a couple other applicants, but either way, I will have, a spot there. So, I will be away for 6 weeks at a summer camp. So obviously, I cannot film at a summer camp. That is not really a doable thing, because I will be there working. And it's in the middle of nowhere. I probably won't be able to load anything or upload anything. So, I am filming a bunch of content in advance, including some new games, not just new for my channel, but like new games. And I'm going to be, uploading regularly. I'll be scheduling everything to upload before I leave, so that you guys will have content. I probably just won't be responding to, comments as quickly as possible. And I may be wearing the same clothes in a couple episodes. Deal with it. I'm telling you up front so that nobody goes in the comments and says, he's wearing the same clothes as in the other episodes. Oh, he's a phony, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're not here for that. So, that's what's going on. And I'm pretty excited. Other than a few concerns, I talked to my friends and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be working this summer. I hope that's okay. And they were all like, yeah, I'm going on vacation those weeks anyways, so you're not gonna be all that missed. I mean, those weren't their words exactly, but, there wasn't a lot of, dissent. And even, I have family who I haven't seen in 6 years. Even they were just like, yeah, it's fine, I'll catch you on your days off when you come back to town. And, I'll only get to see them twice before they leave. But they're spending half their trip on a road trip. So it's kind of like the perfect way for everything to work out. And I also could use the money, because I am going into college. And it kind of gets me out of town so that I'm not just sitting and doing this. And, hopefully, the channel is growing at a really steady rate, which I'm really, really happy about. And so hopefully, even while I'm gone, it'll continue to grow. And my goal is that by the time I return, which will be in the beginning of August, I will have enough subscribers to establish a Discord and maybe get monetized. That would be really nice. Coming back to even more money, or the opportunity to make more money, because then I can get a pro editor. I really want to move to Premiere. I really want to move off of OBS, just because it does slightly lower my quality. But I would love to, do those things. Or, I would love to bring on a second editor. That's my one thing. I love editing videos and doing it myself. but I feel like someone with a bit more experience could just bring a more, I don't know, personal touch to the videos, and I really want that, you know? And it just frees up a lot more time, especially since I'm heading into college. Like, I don't know how things are going to be. Like, I know my schedule for next year, obviously. I have all of my classes scheduled already, but I don't know what my roommate is going to be like, what their schedule's like, because obviously that's going to hinder, you know, when I can record. So obviously I'll have some content planned for like the first week, maybe 2 weeks of class, so that I can just worry about my academics, since I'll now be paying like $20,000 a year to go to school. And you know, I'm just hoping that things will work out well, and I think they will. I think that working this summer will be a good transition to getting ready to leave for college. And I promise my background will still be, you know, interesting as ever, but I don't know. I'm excited for the future, to see what the future holds. I would love if YouTube could actually pan out as a career. That would be great, because I have no clue what I want to do. Like, I see the creativity that is going on YouTube, and I'm so inspired by it. I'm so touched by it. And, you know, I watched Markiplier recently did a Powerwash simulator video for the first time in over a year, and that was really cool. And hopefully that'll bring some traffic to, you know, Powerwash as a game, which will hopefully, you know, rake in some more views. But I like how he, you know, just talks like I do and does his little life updates. But he talks so much about how he got all of his experience just from getting out there and doing it. And as I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to college or anything, like I've had so many conversations with ooh, yellow floor. Ah, it's by floor. That's nice. That is really nice. I like that. But I've had so many conversations with, you know, mentors of mine and people that care about me. And you really need a degree nowadays. But I'm going in undeclared. I was going to go in, for those who don't know. I don't think I've really talked about my experience with applying for college on the channel. But I was applying initially for music technology because I have ADHD. I obviously never talk about it. Talk about it quite a bit, actually. But and so part of that is having special interests. And I was really into My Chemical Romance for the longest time, if you couldn't tell. And so I really wanted to go into music and music technology. And many of my special interests before that were also music related. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. It's right up my alley. And then my interest shifted drastically, and I became really into Marvel and really into Markiplier, and I was like, film is kind of cool. You know, creating content is kind of cool. And when I was younger, I had another YouTube channel, and yes, it is actually still up. You will never find it. I'm never, ever telling what it was on the channel, because that was before I was out of the closet and before I transitioned, and it was embarrassing as shit, even if it wasn't that. But oh, I forgot about my little smiley face. And I've always been interested in content creation, because there's so much you can do with YouTube. Like, I really want to start, you know, filming proper music videos and stuff, because you guys seem to like my singing voice, and I really want to start properly doing that. But, you know, I was applying for college and everything, and I was starting to second guess my major and my career and my future and what I wanted to do. And I've done that my whole life, because my interests have always been constantly shifting, which is fine. That's allowed to happen, but it's really difficult for people, you know, with ADHD and people with neurodivergence, especially like focus-related ones, to stick with a job long term. It just is. That's just the nature of, you know, being neurodivergent. But I don't know. I just was second guessing, and I decided that I wanted to take things slow. And my college also has 2 campuses, and one of them is, you know, in Manhattan. So I was like, well, you know, if I go undeclared, then I don't have to go to the main campus where my major would be hosted. So I can just go bum around in Manhattan for a year or 2 and get my gen eds done. And, you know, Manhattan, I'm a fencer, for those who don't know. I did fencing for a while, and I really enjoyed it. And there's a lot of really cool fencing colleges in the city. Not like colleges for fencing or colleges that offer fencing, but like schools that are fencing, like private lesson areas, but they're colleges for fencing, sort of. I hope that makes sense. You know, stab, stab, that's my sport. And so, you know, I was like, this is great, I'll be in the city, which I've always wanted to be in the city. I'll be able to, like, you know, do some really cool things, and just take all the opportunities handed to me. And the dorms are really, really nice. They're penthouse dorms, so, like, I can't say no to that. But, I don't know, I second-guessed myself. And so I took a step back, and I was, like, looking at, okay, you know, is this really something that I want to do, or am I just going with my current special interest? Because, you know, a career, it needs to be something that I'm interested in, otherwise it'll just fade out really quickly. Like, I won't be able to hold my interest. And so I just switched. I'm like, fuck it, I'll go undeclared for a year. And, I don't know, I think it's important to just explore every avenue and try new things and just do whatever it is you want to do. And so when I got offered this job, I was like, you know what? I'm good at scouting. I enjoy scouting. So I'm gonna, you know, why not take a job for it and get paid for it? You know? And I don't know, I'm just excited. And I've been really worried about my Eagle extension. I think I've talked about this once or twice, but I hope to become an Eagle Scout for Scouts. And so I joined Scouts at a late age because I was less than comfortable growing up. We didn't really have the money to pay for uniforms and trips and membership dues and all those things. And so I never got to join. And I am trans, so they didn't always welcome trans kids, and I wasn't always out of the closet. So I just never got the opportunity to join until I turned 15. My best friend, who I actually initially was going to do YouTube with, he had his Eagle Court of Honor, and I was like, wow, this is so cool, you know, I've always wanted to be in Scouts, but I never got the opportunity as a kid. And he shoved me into the Scoutmaster, who, fun fact, is also the one who pushed me to go into college. And it's changed my whole direction of life. Like, I'm a completely different person than the person I was before I joined Scouts. And I think that's a great thing, you know? Change is inevitable anyways, so it might as well be positive. But, so because of that, I joined my troop a week before COVID hit. For those of you who don't know, no, I won't explain what COVID is. Everybody knows. We all know. But, COVID really fucked up everything, and so my troop stopped meeting in person. I wasn't able to advance or really make rank. And as a result of that, I just didn't make any rank for 9 months, including Scout. And so I stalled. And for a while I was kind of just, you know, bumming around like, I don't really know if I want to make Eagle. Like, I'll get to first class and that'll be my goal. And then a couple of my ASMs and my Scoutmaster, you know, pulled me aside after a meeting one night and sat down with me and just went, you know, what do you want to do? What's your goal here? What do you want to get out of this? And I kind of, you know, started getting a little hyped. I was like, oh man, you know, Eagle would be kind of cool. And so I decided to go for Eagle. And a week before my 18th birthday, which was May 11th, it's already passed, I made Life, which is the rank before Eagle, for those who don't know. And I knew for a while that my Scoutmaster and my venturing advisor were going to have to go and make an appeal to the council for an extension, because you can't make Eagle after 18. You become an adult in Scouts at 18. But there was a lot of good reason for an extension. However, it doesn't look good right now. Oh, did you hear that the mayor's cat Ulysses is missing? The whole town is out on the lookout for him in time for the festival. We won't have spring till he's put the hat on. Weird. Wait, so what if a mayor doesn't have a cat? To be honest, if I had to wear that hat, I'd go missing. Okay. Anyways, the same thing happened to Mark in his playthrough. He was trying to say something, and then the game interrupted with a weird text. But, anyways. So, currently, the extension's not looking good just because those first couple months, I was technically still in Scouts, and one of the tests to get Eagle is you have to have had enough time, or not had enough time to make Eagle without the extension. And I don't meet that, because I technically would have had over 3 months extra time to make Eagle had COVID not happened. and they used to give out extensions for COVID, and then it ended, and so now there's no automatic extensions, so you have to go and appeal instead, which is super annoying. But you know, it is what it is. It's just quite annoying. I hope that they say yes. If they don't, I'm still incredibly proud of the work that I've done, and nothing is going to undermine that. And I will keep doing work. I'm in the Order of the Arrow. I'm in venturing. There are other ranks to work towards. There are other accomplishments to achieve. And my big thing is I really just want to give back as much as I can. I want to give back and do as much as possible. So I'm going to keep being involved in my troop even in college. I'm going to keep doing new experiences and working at summer camp for 6 weeks unexpectedly and trying everything, because I've learned that, you know, oscillating between different interests and different things that I like and weird experiences. Scouts opens up so many doors. I've got to do so many things that I would never get to do without Scouts, but I'll get to that. But I've learned that just doing what I think I would enjoy without any particular end goal in mind really makes me happy. And you know, if I can make a career out of whatever the fuck I'm into at the time, then hey, there you go. I think I'm gonna be the kind of person who doesn't stick to one career, you know, for a long time. But I would love if I can make YouTube my career. I would adore that, because I just enjoy creating whatever I feel like and interacting with you guys and just everything about it. I love sitting down and editing videos. I love sitting down and recording, and I'm getting better at it. And I love going back and seeing that growth. It makes me so happy. And I don't know. I think that the 6 weeks where I'm not checking analytics every single day and looking at, okay, how many more subscribers, how many more, watch hours until I can get monetized, I think that'll be good, where I can just have content being uploaded so I know that my channel is still active, but not be actively looking for growth and improvement, because it's growing, it's steadily growing, it's finally starting to grow at a steady rate, and that makes me so happy. And I feel like I'm putting out good content, even though at least once a week I sit down and readjust my mic for like 2 hours because something doesn't sound right. I know that eventually I'll hit a good spot in my mic where I'll stop adjusting it. I know that eventually I'll hit that timbre in my voice where it finally sounds as low as I want it to. And I just love every part of, you know, getting new games to play and getting new content to record. And I would love to, you know, start live streaming and start a Discord and all these different things. I'm just enjoying it so much. It's been so fulfilling and rewarding the last couple months, especially the last, like, 2 or 3 months. It's been so rewarding to do, and I needed to give myself that little kick. I went through 2 iterations of what this channel would look like with different friends, and they both, you know, backed out. They both just kind of didn't want to do it after a certain, you know, period of time. Life came up, or they just weren't invested, and it didn't work out. But I just eventually gave myself a kick in the ass, and I was like, I can do this myself. I did this myself when I was 10 years old. I can do it now that I am not recording on a Samsung tablet on a holder pointed at my screen. That is actually how I used to record. I used to record with my Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 on a stand pointed at my computer. Like, you could see my reflection as I played things. It was terrible. But, you know, I used to do little vlogs and stuff. It was great, and I love seeing that growth. And I haven't gone and looked at that channel in a while because it's embarrassing, but they're like home movies now, you know. That was a part of my childhood, was just making stupid shit on YouTube with my friends and giving them all quirky little names that fit in with the theme. And I don't know, it was just such a great part of my childhood, and now this is a great part of my, you know, adulthood. And it feels weird to say adulthood because I don't feel like an adult, and I don't think I'm ever really gonna grow up. I did make a huge step towards adulthood recently, though. So I started the legal process of changing my name and my gender right before COVID. So I had a really bad experience in my school district, and so I left. I was homeschooled my sophomore and junior year. Like, I left. Whee! And, I went back my senior year, this year, because I finally legally changed over everything, and I was like, alright, well, now I feel safe going back. And then I go in and they're like, oh, you don't need all these papers, now we can just, respect you without you having legal declarations. And I was like, well, what the fuck? But I'm glad I got it done, and I still needed to get it done. But, it was annoying, but that's not the point. Where was I going with this? I don't remember. I was in the process of legally changing everything, and so my sophomore year, I went on a trip to Colorado to visit a friend, and I was 16, traveling alone for the first time, and I was like, oh, I need everything with me. I need my social security card, my insurance card, my debit card, and my ID, all in one wallet. You guys already know where this is going. I was on a layover back home. I was literally going home. The worst things happen to me when I'm going home. I have another story about that. And, I was going home from my trip, and I had a layover at O'Hare in Chicago, which is a notoriously shitty airport. And so, I had a thin wallet at the time. Like, thin, and I had these pants. I still have the pants. They were actually the first pair of pants that were masculine that I ever bought. Weird flex, but I don't know. And so, oh man, this is so satisfying. This is very satisfying. And so, I just had it all in there, and I lost it. And so I didn't have a social security card for like 2 years, because I was like, oh, I'll wait to get everything legally changed. But so, because of COVID, I ended up having to wait a shit long time to get all of that done. And so, because of that, I didn't get my driving permit until this past Friday. I got my driving permit, and so I'm now driving, and it makes me so happy. It's so nice to be able to drive, and it's so freeing. And I have, like, my grandmother's old beater car, but I still love it. Also, it is this point in the video where I remind you to like and subscribe, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on the little bell. Can I draw a bell? What? Smash the bell, smash the subscribe. I don't know, guys. So I just started driving literally a couple days ago, and it's the most freeing experience. I fucking love driving. And my family came over to visit, which is why my uploads were a couple days late. And so I got to drive them to a concert, and it was so nice. I was at a Paul McCartney concert, and it was his birthday is Saturday, which is today. Well, as of filming is today. And so I got to see him, and Bruce Springsteen and John Bon Jovi came out, so that was really cool. But I got to drive my family around in my car, and it was so nice. But so, I don't know. There's been a lot of changes in my life, and a lot of them are positive. I'm gonna get a little sad for a minute, a little sad and dark, but I'm one of those people who's very pessimistic. I've experienced a lot of loss in my life, and I've experienced a lot of just, I don't know, depression, I guess. And so I'm very unused to things going well for this long. Like, for the past 2 years, my life has been a positive upward trend, and that makes me incredibly happy. But I don't know, it's been weird, because I've been expecting things to go wrong, and they haven't. And so my biggest worry is things have the opportunity to go really wrong with my ego extension. They can say no. There's nothing stopping them from coming back with a no decision. And that's really fucking scary, because I really want them to say yes. So I'm just holding out hope, but there's this little part of me in my brain that just says, what if they say no? What if they come back and the answer is a no? Well, that's really scary. I hope it's not a no. But, you know, I'm driving, I'm going to college, I am about to make Eagle Scout if my extension goes through. I'm going to be working as a program director at a summer camp. I have a growing and thriving YouTube channel. My friends are good to me, and I'm happy. I'm really happy for the first time in a really long time, and I don't know. You guys play such a part in that, too. I used to be really obsessed with, you know, numbers and subscribers and views, and it's not really about that. Like, it's nice to add on, but even if I just have one fan, and I, you know, interact with one fan in the comments, that makes a world of a difference. That you guys have no clue. Every time I get a comment, even if it's somebody I know, like, it just makes me so incredibly happy. And I just love that. I love that ability to feel happy and safe. It sounds so dumb, but I've had so many low points in my life, and it's finally changing for the better. And so I'm really happy with that. Alright, how long have I been recording now? Oh my god, I've been recording for nearly 30 minutes, and I've just been talking nonstop. See, that's the thing, that's what I'm talking about. It's been such an improvement. I used to, you know, speed up videos and just monologue for like 3 minutes and feel exhausted afterwards. I used to feel exhausted afterwards, but, you know, now I can talk like this and feel invigorated by it. And it's so weird. It's so weird. I think my difficulty right now is I'm struggling to find a balance between playing video games on my own and playing for recording. So I think I gotta learn to enjoy video games on my own a bit without worrying like, oh, what if they get mad that I played this on my own instead of on the channel? Fuck that. I play what I want when I want, and if you guys like it, you like it, and if you don't, then I learn for next time, but I have a right to enjoy video games on my own a little bit. You know, I've done Powerwash levels on my own, just for my own satisfaction. You know, I have games on my computer that I will never ever play for videos, but that I enjoy on my own. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, Metro Exodus, Call of Duty Black Ops. I love those games. Cold War too, but especially RDR. At first I was like, oh, this would be a great series. But no, that's a game that I just have for me. Like, that sounds selfish, but I have to have those games where I can just sit down and totally immerse myself in the world without having to be an entertainer. And RDR is such a good game for that, you know? It's such a good game. But, I don't know. I'm gonna tell the story about how my finger got broken, because it goes in, that's the one I said I would tell you about later, and it's a great story. So I am going to finish up this little quadrant, and then speed up the next part of this video, and tell you that story, and then I think we're gonna call it an episode. This is gonna be a multi-part wash, I believe, but, or I may do more, I don't know, it depends on how I feel. Fuck you, I'll decide what I want. No, I love you guys, but, I like teasing. I don't know. Chilling. Look how clean this is. It's so satisfying. I love doing big parts like this, especially this is like super bright. Like, I found that really nice. But where is all the it's this little dirt. I gotta go through it cleaner later and just do all of that. But anyways. But yeah, bad things always happen to me at the very tail end of great days and great experiences, and so I don't know. We'll see. But, let me finish this part. Boo, soccer ball. But, yeah, and I hope you guys like these. I think that the people who watch these do enjoy them, and enjoy hearing me ramble and monologue. These are the kinds of videos where I can just go on and on and on and talk about whatever the fuck. And it's a little hard because I'm used to bouncing my conversation off other people, but I don't know, it's kinda, I'm learning my, and there's not much content here to react to either. Like, I'm just going through motions and doing this really satisfying cleaning. And it's really nice, but there's not much to, like, react to, you know? It's not Poppy's Playtime where I'm screaming constantly. It's not, you know, a game where I can say, oh, look how pretty this is. But it's just nice. It's just really nice. Anyways, let me speed up this part. So, the story of how I broke my finger, as told to you by me. So, everything bad that happens at the end of something really great. So, I was on a scouting trip with my venturing crew, and it was a small trip. I had planned it, but, for lots of different reasons, there weren't a lot of people on the trip, and it just kind of fell through a little bit, but it was still great. It was literally me and one other venturer who was actually from my troop, so I already knew him, which was great. And we were home. We were at my crew advisor's home office, and we were, going up to the bathroom because it was like a 3-hour trip from where we were. And so we went up, and our crew advisor went in first, and me and this other person were so we were fooling around, kind of, horseplaying outside, because I wanted to get in first and I was older, so I was like, kind of blocking him off, right? And so my crew advisor opens the door, and I had my finger rested in the door jamb, because I was, kind of walling off this other scout, right? And so he closed the door, and I realized, oh shit, my finger's there, and it really hurt, and I go, ow! And he thinks that it's from the other scout, punching me or something, and so he closes the door more, and I go, ow, my finger! And then he releases it, and I take my finger out, and it was this finger, it was my left 5th digit, and it had a huge dent in the middle of my finger, and I had felt it start to crack, and it really, really hurt. I was, sobbing in tears, and so this other scout, of course, goes into the bathroom before me, because I was busy, screaming in pain, and so my crew advisor's like, don't worry, it's probably not a broken finger, it's probably just a pinched nerve, right? He's trying to keep me calm and stuff like that, and so, he's trying to calm me down, and as I am screaming in pain, I'm waiting, because I still need to go to the bathroom, so I'm waiting outside, and he goes down to get me an ice pack, but I started to go into shock, and so I forgot that he had gone downstairs, and I was screaming his name, holding onto my finger. I was, hunched over, Mr. So-and-so, and I was screaming his name. I was in 10 out of 10 pain. Worst pain I've experienced in my life. I'm thinking to myself, this does not feel like a pinched nerve. This feels like a broken finger. This really, 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 really hurts. And so I was, obviously just trying to wait for the bathroom, and this other scout comes out, and he just kind of looks at me like I'm insane, and he stands there waiting, and I go in, and as I'm peeing, I'm hyperventilating, and looking down at my fingers start to swell up, and the whole thing was purple, and so I'm, trying to pee, and I'm not able to, because I'm panicking, and so I finally get done in the bathroom. I'm, looking at myself in the mirror, I'm looking at how badly I'm freaking out, and I'm looking down at my finger, and I'm realizing this is really bad, and so I exit, and I'm now just screaming, and my crew advisor comes up, and he does one of those, he sees me in shock, and he instantly, is like, oh, let's get you downstairs, and so he gives me an ice pack. He starts walking me down. We had 2 other adults on the trip, the other scout's father and another assistant crew advisor, and so we go down, and they're like, man, what took so long, you ready? And then they see my, sobbing face, and they're like, what happened? And so my crew advisor is like, he just pinched a nerve, it should be fine. And so they sit there, my finger's not looking good, and so we buddy tape it to this finger. Buddy taping is when you tape one finger to the other, so that you can, support the possibly broken finger. So my crew advisor's like, you know what, just to be safe, let's go get you x-rays, just to be safe. And so we go get x-rays. We're sitting there for a little bit until my dad gets there, and so the other scout and his father leave. Other scout is super, super, super apologetic. And, we get the x-rays, they come back. My finger was broken in 2 places, and I started off my fencing season with my finger broken, so I actually could not fence for a while, and I missed out on a lot of the practices. It was really bad. But it was a really funny story looking back. Fun fact, the scout that I was fooling around with is the same scout that pushed me off of this. He didn't push me off a stage. We were both holding on to something, and he let go, and he had been sitting on the stage, so he had a little more balance, and I flew back, landed back on my wrist, and sprained it. Same scout. So, yeah, that's a fun little story of how my finger got broken on a scouting trip. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed, talking with you guys and catching up. And by the time you watch this, it will be the Sunday before I go to work. I'm leaving Tuesday, so the video on Tuesday, I will not actually be here. Everything for the next 6 weeks will be pre-recorded. I think it's going to be 2 uploads a week, not 3, just because I'm having trouble pre-recording a lot of this content. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed my little story. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!